guys, welcome to this weekly update on Bitcoin. Last week we started from scratch and I drew a brand new chart, so if you're interested in learning how to chart, it might be a good video to go back and have a look at. Something I do want to acknowledge though is that I have been guilty of having an extreme bearish bias and having a little bit of tunnel vision, and that is why I missed this falling wedge here. So we've had a breakout of this falling wedge, and that's something that everyone needs to be aware of in their trading. I'm still guilty of it obviously sometimes, and that's really getting a tunnel vision on your analysis and not being able to see anything else, and yeah, it happens to the best of us. So moving on from that, we have had a breakout and we're retesting the underside of this expanding diagonal or ascending broadening structure, whichever way you want to look at it. And what's likely to happen now is that we could get rejected here, and we could actually form another rising wedge bouncing around in here before getting rejected around this area. Alternatively, we continue up and we get rejected by this area here, which has already rejected us once, and that is an area of resistance that was left by this long wick rejection there. We also have an area right here, I'm going to highlight it right now, left by this doji in here. That is also an area of resistance, and that's where we're testing right now. So that is an area of confluence, and I think that it's quite likely we get rejected there. So there's a hell of a lot of overhead resistance with this area here. We've got the trend line, we've got another area here, and then we've got this fib level up here as well. So while it is possible that we could get a rally all the way here, I think it's more likely that what we see is this. We see that this sort of head and shoulders structure here gets another shoulder here before being rejected and coming down in that direction. Now, something else that's happening and no one's talking about is the BRICS nations and the currency that they're forming. So the BRICS nations, which is Brazil, Russia, India, China and South Africa, they're looking to form this new currency, and this new currency is going to be backed by silver and gold, and their intention is to unseat the US dollar as the reserve currency of the world. Now, some of you might be thinking, well, it's only a few nations and what sort of harm can they actually do? But if you have a look at the populations of these nations, they actually make up 41.25% of the world's population. And with the US dollar being an inflationary debt-based currency, which if you're someone who's made the decision to invest in Bitcoin, no doubt you'll already know this, I think that the US dollar is under threat by this currency. And if this is to work, then the US dollar is going to crash, and that's going to send Bitcoin sky high in terms of its value in US dollars. Of course, if a lot of other countries start jumping on this new currency and using it as their reserve currency, then we're going to start looking at Bitcoin in the value of this new currency. This is all something that can really happen, and to be honest with you, I'm not too sure exactly how to play this, but it's something that you should be aware of, and we're going to be paying attention to it on this channel. So make sure to subscribe and turn your notifications on so you don't miss any updates. But that's all for this week. Until next week, take it easy, guys. Cheers.